Hey, Raindrops. Yeah. So, as you know, my podcast, Reality with the King, is on tour. And my next stop is live in New York City with the one, the only Queen of New Jersey, Teresa Giudice. Yes, on Tuesday, June 18th at the City Winery, Teresa Giudice and I will have a live conversation in front of a live audience. Make sure you get your tickets now. Log on to my website, kingdomreignt.com. Hit the tab that says tour, and me and Teresa Giudice cannot wait to see you on Tuesday, June 18th in New York City.
What's up, Carlos? How you feeling today?
Good. How are you feeling?
I'm doing amazing. I can't complain, man. Working hard. I got like 12 different jobs, Carlos. It's rough out there. The girls is coming for Dr. Heavenly.
Oh! So you're filming?
Silly.
You're filming the new season of Married to Medicine.
I didn't say that, but Phaedra did confirm about 3 weeks ago that
I know that's like you don't blame me, guys. Blame Phaedra. She said it first. So I'm just gonna roll with it.
Ain't y'all sweet? Ain't y'all cute? Hey, before we start, I wanted to say on a positive note, congratulations to Riley Burruss. I heard she graduated from NYU. I mean, that's a big deal to me. I think education is so important. And the reality TV stars, we love to see our children grow up and be successful. So congratulations, Riley Burruss.
No, congrats. She's always been a beautiful girl. And now she's a beautiful woman who is a graduate of NYU, which is a very difficult school to get in, number one. Absolutely. And number two, is a prestigious school. So to graduate with honors is a testament to the hard work she endured. So I'm with you. Big congrats to Riley Burruss. She's and she's so sweet and so nice. Sweet. And she's like, she minds her business. She's not out there, trying to start drama. Like she's a good girl, so no, that's really big.
Yeah. She's really, really good. I praise God for everything and everybody. But yeah, job well done, Candy Burruss, okay? Because that shows a lot. Yes. Yeah, that's a lot.
Shout out to
But let's get into this show, Carlos. It's messy.
Wait, before that, we got two things to get into first.
Okay.
So before I get into the breaking news of the day, you talked about how you are having all these jobs. I did see that today's Quad's birthday.
Happy birthday, Miss Quad. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Quad. And I saw some photos online on you posted a picture of you and her. She posted a picture. Did some event happen? Was there a celebration of the birthday? Because the girls want to know, Heavenly.
I don't know, baby. It might have been a little something. You know how Quad do. You know how she does, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're going to celebrate life. Quad has been through a lot on camera, off camera. And I'm just happy for her to see another year. She's doing amazing things are happening with Quad. She got a lot of great things going on. And I'm gonna just say we thank God for her,
Are you thanking God that she's back on the show and you got somebody to play with?
I said I can't say who's on the show, but if she was, she is very much needed on the show. Quad is extra. She gives the extra we need. She's willing to put it all out there, So yes.
Okay. Well, I just know I, for one, am looking forward to a Quad and Heavenly mashup because, baby, I know that's going to present some great television. And I don't know, is it a great takedown happening, allegedly?
My thing is this. If it ain't funny, it ain't money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all could do all this, but I don't want to take the show dark. And y'all know if y'all come for me and my man, I'm taking it to the pits of hell. So let's keep it light and funny and fun. And we're going to thank God for everything. And we're going to keep it real good. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to keep it copacetic, So we good. Everything's good. Everything's ironing out nicely.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, I'm glad things are ironing out nicely for you because my breaking news before we get into episode 2 of Love and Marriage Huntsville is the fact that Nneka will not be a part of the next season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Dr. Heavenly, she told People Magazine that I will not be returning for season 9 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. At this point, after multiple failed fertility procedures, I have decided to make expanding my family my ultimate priority. Thank you to the fans that have supported me along the way this season, especially regarding my difficult IUI turned IVF journey. She goes on to say that as a true resident of Potomac, zip code 20854, just know that I'll be seeing you all again very soon. So, how do you feel about that, Heavenly?
I have no comment. I really don't even know who Nneka is, honestly. I mean, that ain't no shade. I don't have no comment on no Nneka. She was just there. She was a friend, right? Was she a cast member?
She was a housewife.
She was on Atlanta Housewives. I mean, Housewives of Potomac, right? But what I'm saying, was she a full housewife or she was a friend?
Heavenly, she was a full housewife. She held a flute.
Okay, so but that was just 1 year, correct? That was her first year.
Yes.
Right? Okay, I don't know. I 1 year wonder. What are you calling it? Like I mean, didn't she know she was on this journey before that 1 year to go off? I'm just asking. I don't know nothing about the girl. No shade, no nothing. I don't know anything. All I know is she was from Africa. Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. Beautiful family. And yeah, I don't see how we can miss somebody we really never really got to know. I didn't. That was me. I don't know. That's just me, Carlos. Y'all know I be looking at the clips, and y'all know I don't know everything, but I do the best I can with the information I get. Now, moving on. We gotta talk about Sunni.
We gonna move on because apparently you don't see it for Nneka, and I'm gonna move on, child.
Against Nneka. I really don't. I don't have anything against Nneka. I just don't know. It ain't personal. I don't know who she is. For real. I know Wendy. I know Dr. Wendy. No, for real, because you keep bringing her up. What does she do? Tell me who she is. Because no, you keep bringing this woman up, and I'm going to stop calling women the B word and the H word and all of that. Who is she? What does she do? Can you refresh my memory so I know who she is? I'm sorry, and I'm going to see that.
I brought her up today only because today she announced via People Magazine, Dr. Heavenly, that she is not returning to Potomac.
But we already knew that. Did we already announce that?
She confirmed it. She confirmed it today. So one more thing, and we'll move on to Huntsville. She was the one that had the beef with Dr. Wendy.
Yes, I remember that part. Yes. Okay, yes, so that's beautiful. Okay, moving on, baby, moving on to the mess of the night. Listen, if y'all ain't watching Love Married Huntsville, y'all need to start, because this shit here, can I cuss on your live, Carlos?
You can do whatever you want to. You're Heavenly.
It's messy shit, and I don't like it. My whole thing is, I'm going to let you start out, because I got a whole lot to say.
Okay, well, I'll just
like it.
Well, tell me, okay, what don't you like? Go ahead.
I don't like the fact that a producer who knows a lot of inside, because I know how this works, Carlos. The producer is supposed to be your friend. Like, I got producers to this day that I call to this day that I love, that I trust, you know what I mean, that know more about me than anybody. That's the job, Carlos. You know, when your producer, even if the producer does something wrong, the way they do it is they stay in good graces with you. They might say, hey, you know what? It was Carlos's fault. It was the other person's fault. It was whoever's fault. But I'm good with you. I'm your friend. I'm telling you, it's a man fuck, I think. But don't be my friend on camera and be a producer and then come into my house and all of that. And I don't care how it went down. You're not going to make me feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you lose a man the way you get him. Like, to me, there's no good that comes from you doing unscrupulous things. Then you got to have some scruples. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So let's back things up a bit. So for those who are catching on, Sunni is a former producer. And before I get into what transpired in the second episode this past Saturday, I want to address this, okay? Sunni was a producer last season and the season before that, right? Sunni, I'm sorry. So Sunni was a producer for 2 seasons, from my understanding, but not this season, okay? When she met Moses, Sunni met Moses, Destiny's ex, right? Off camera. We weren't filming production. It was done off camera because people are like, a lot of people are asking me, why are you rewarding somebody who married a talent's ex-man? And I'm like, this happened off camera during hiatus because Dr. Heavenly, as you know, you guys filmed for a couple of months and then the producers have a couple of months off before y'all start the next season. This all happened when we weren't even filming.
She was a producer on the show. She had to have been plotting on the man. If it's so much now, there was some chemistry back then, and there probably were some eyes and some oohs and some ohs going on. And we all know there's 3 sides to the truth, and don't nobody ever reveal everything that went on. Okay, I'm just saying that.
No,
ain't got shit to do with it.
Listen, you can say that. I'm not making excuses for what happened. My audience thought, some of them thought she was producing the show this season in addition to all this happened while she was producing the show. I just wanted to clear the air that she wasn't on the show when this was going on. Now, look, when they met, whatever happened, that ain't my, we could talk about that all day long, right? So I just want to address that. She is not a producer on the show this season at all. She's not a producer. So I wanted to address that. Now, apparently, you feel strongly, Dr. Heavenly, and I want to get your thoughts on this. So in this second episode, I did ask Moses, I find it quite interesting that when we were waiting on you at last year's reunion, I'm sorry, the reunion before that, when Destiny was on the show, and you weren't there, why weren't you there? But you showed up for your wife, Sunni, on camera. Sunni said that you show up for the ones you love. What were your thoughts on that? Did you feel like Sunni was coming across too strong and too aggressive?
I think that she is absolutely correct. If the man didn't come out for Destiny, he never was really that into Destiny. However, you have to have some scruples when you're working on a show. And the reason she probably ain't a producer this season is because she can't be producer and cast, correct?
Well, let me back up a little bit. She can be a producer while a cast member is on the show whose boyfriend you now married. That's just weird, right? And the thing about us is I can have my cast feel uncomfortable with the producer if that's the case. So she wasn't asked to come back this season for those reasons. And then when Destiny was coming back, we all knew that this was something that was happening. And listen, I want to give Destiny all the props in the world. Destiny did not come into this season not knowing that this was going to be something we're going to talk about. And I will give Destiny all the props in the world for saying, look, this is my real life. I know people think I hide stuff, that I'm not vulnerable. This is what's really happening, Carlos, and I'm going to talk about it. So Destiny knew coming into the season that we were going to address this.
I got 2 questions for you. First, Destiny and Moses were never married, correct? But they were serious. So what you're saying is you never saw Moses's face on camera with Destiny. She just talked about him.
Moses never appeared on Love and Marriage Huntsville until this season.
So how we even know his fucking name? Like, why are we even saying his name? He should be like Mr. Chocolate. We should have a hint name for him. We shouldn't have a name for somebody we've never seen.
Well,
but I'm going to say this and I'm going to take it back. Moses comes off as that he's a, lack of a better word, hoe, womanizer. I'm trying to choose my words better. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say hoe. I'm gonna say a womanizer. And a man that's a womanizer, because you all said that Destiny was the side piece. She wasn't married to the man, and y'all said, well,
Who's y'all?
Sunny said that he had
Okay.
several other women as well.
Sunni said that. Yes, go ahead,
Right.
continue.
So we showing what type of man we're dealing with. Now, where was Destiny in her relationship? Was she married? Was she recently divorced? Was she commingling? What was going on with Destiny at the time? She was just sleeping with this one man and in love with him. Did she have another dude on the side? What was going on with that relationship?
From what I know in Destiny, what was told to me through Destiny, and I also think Sunni and Moses can corroborate this. When Destiny appeared on the show season 2, right? She was married, right?
Okay.
She got a divorce from her now ex-husband. They're divorced.
Mm-hmm.
She was dating post-divorce. 2 seasons ago is when we learned that, oh, she has this boyfriend named Moses. And we, as you know, being a reality star, the producers are like, if your real life is you're dating this man, can we see him? And he was just reluctant to come to Huntsville to film. And we said, well, can you at least come to the reunion in Los Angeles? And we thought he was coming. And the day of the reunion, I walk into Destiny's dressing room. I said, where's your man? And she goes, he couldn't make it.
Well, first of all,
I
I'm going to say this
said,
about Moses. Moses wasn't ready to settle down. He didn't want to be seen with her because he's probably telling a whole lot of other women that she's not a factor. She's not my true blue. I'm not going to present myself on TV. Now, this year, I don't know how much money was involved or whatever, but evidently he is with Sunny. I'm not going to say that's right or wrong or indifferent, but I'm going to say how it happened based on Destiny dating for him first and she being the producer. That's where I get pause. Like, I know you can't choose who you love, but you can choose some banners, some lines that you don't cross. Like, if I saw, not me because I've been married for 25 years, but if I saw somebody I liked and I knew that was somebody who I was well and I ain't gonna say friend, but I knew her very well, I'm gonna think 2-3 times before I even come in. And everybody got the same damn story. At first, I told him no. I said, no, we can't do this because it's wrong, right? And then you said, well, he wore me down. He did, okay? The D is a brother tucker, but it don't make it right. That's all I got to say
yes.
about it.
Well, okay. And I want to ask you this. What should Sunni have done? Right? Because and I want to get this because there is a conversation, Dr. Heavenly, about girl code, right? So, for example, I'll talk about what me and the gays do in my circle, right? So, when I was single, there's a couple of guys you check out like, oh, he's cute. And then my bestie would be like, oh, I used to date him. So this is just me and my group of friends. I immediately was like, oh, he's off limits. Like, I, Carlos King, am not going to date my friends or best friends, ex, next, one night stand. I don't want that uncomfortable situation, right? But that's me. Now, in this case, Sunni has said, and I want to get your opinion on this. Sunni has said that people use the word friend loosely, that she was Destiny's producer, not her friend. And she said this heavenly. She said, my loyalty is with myself, not with Destiny. And my destiny was to be with my now husband.
Okay, this is how I feel about it. There is something out there that's called karma, right? And it's real and it's always going to come back in the universe, right? What she should have done, that was your question, right? When he first pursued her and she was like, no, this ain't right, and she turned him down initially. If she had a change in thought, she should have called Destiny up and said, hey, Moses is, I'm thinking about getting a relationship. Is it okay for me to cross the line and date him? She should have given her that satisfaction. She should have gave her that honor. She should have anytime you're dating somebody, if it's real. I've had that situation before. I had a friend named Carolyn, right? Don't nobody know her. And she dated this dude. I didn't know how far it went. I didn't know what they had done. They weren't married or whatever. And he approached me and I was like, listen, I went up there straight up, but I followed her out of class. I was like, Carolyn, come here, baby, come here. Are y'all together? What's going on? Before I even look at this dude, do you have a problem? And the first thing she said was, no, I never effed him. I said, you know what? I didn't ask you that, but that's exactly what the fuck I wanted to know. Thank you. And she said, carry on. Now she can't come back and say I did something wrong because before I even started, you got to be upfront. And if you're going to be a woman, let's be a woman. Before you started dating Moses, you should have approached Destiny and said, not that we serious and we getting married. No, I'm thinking about dating Moses. He's coming towards me. Do you have a problem with this situation? Because I can understand how it can be uncomfortable or awkward for the both of us before it began. That's just me. That's how I would roll.
How did you feel about Sunni's personality throughout that live podcast with me and Melody? A lot of the people in the comments are saying she came across very rude, very proud to stand on the business in which this is my man, my man, my man. A lot of people felt she was aggressive. What were your thoughts on it? Did you feel like she was too defensive?
I felt like she showed no remorse. I felt like, and I ain't the one to talk because, I'm a Scorpio and I do what I do. But I felt like she should have been more sensitive to the fact because where is Destiny and all this and how does she feel about it? Because you're telling me that they do have a one-off, but I saw Destiny's face. I saw them, but I don't know how Destiny might like fuck both of them. Both of them ain't shit. And you know what? I don't give a damn. That may be the case. But where is Destiny? Because I think that it should have been handled with kids' gloves. You know what? I was wrong. I did some things that were wrong. However, in the future or in the past, what I should have done was this. Not so harsh because we might be hurting somebody's feelings. Now, I ain't the one to talk, but I'm going to tell you what you should do in a situation like that. You see what I'm saying? You should handle it nicer.
So how did you feel when you saw Tisha and Kimmy meet with Sunni? Tisha was very, very bothered by what she was seeing. Her facial expression said it all. A lot of people were like, Tisha stood on business. Tisha was like, how dare you, I'm paraphrasing, but how dare you do that to Destiny and you're around all of us, you're in our house. I mean, damn, do we need to watch our husbands?
Absolutely. I'm 100% with Tisha. Now, Kimmy is just a nicer person. She's just softer. You know, she's always going to be softer. But I think she was feeling what Tisha was saying. She was just trying to be politically correct and all that. But Tisha wasn't saying anything wrong. She wasn't saying that was her honest feelings. Like, dude, you were in our house. You doing all of this, and, and I'm dating this guy. And if the chemistry is so much right then, I'm a firm believer that the chemistry was there back when you were in my house. And you probably saw Moses in my house or around me before, during that time. Even though he didn't film, I'm sure he was around. She knew about him because she said it.
Yes, and I got some exclusive tea for you. So Raindrops, tomorrow on my YouTube channel, I'm dropping the live podcast with me and Melody. So you guys get to see some unedited footage. And I'm going to tell you something she said. So Raindrops, I'll watch it tomorrow. I'm dropping it at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern on my YouTube channel. So Sunni did say heavenly that she met Moses at some function and that, I'm sorry. Sunni got Destiny and Melody to open up for Monica, the singer Monica, because Destiny sings and Melody sings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she booked Destiny and Melody to open up for Monica. And she reveals, you guys will see this tomorrow, she reveals that Moses was there and that she met Moses briefly, but that she didn't make no eye contact with him because, that was Destiny's man. So she did meet him while he was with Destiny.
Okay. Well, okay. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't sit well. It just doesn't look right. It just doesn't. And what I say over and over again, and I get love and I get people being really, and I know women are desperate right now. I know it's hard out there for black women. I know it's hard to meet somebody. And when you finally meet somebody that's compatible, but you got to remember that the same way you met them is the same way you can lose them. My whole thing is if Moses was right, Moses would have never come for somebody that actually knew destiny, or he got hoes and he don't have no rules to his wholeness. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of dudes out there like that. So I'm gonna put it on Moses more so than anybody that he shouldn't have approached somebody if he knew she was that close to destiny, if he ever cared about destiny enough. Now, is it in Destiny's mind that they had this great relationship? What is Destiny saying? Because y'all making it seem like Destiny and him were an item, like they were headed to marriage. Now, what?
Well, okay. I'm not gonna spoil everything because you're gonna see Destiny and Moses have a one-on-one, right? Now,
Moses is probably lying to both, was lying to Destiny. That's what I think.
well, Destiny did say that it was so serious that Moses named his business after Destiny's son.
Oh my Jesus. Yeah, that's that. I mean, either he a play, and he go deep with his play to hold him, or he just a low down. He just low down. Like to me, it was serious, and I could see, you being serious and stuff break off. But Moses, you gotta have some scruples. To me, I mean, if you got so many women, why her and why while she's somebody's friend? Like to me, I think there's rules to the game. There's rules. There has to be. Oh, we can't separate ourselves from the dogs in the street. We're not animals. We're human beings, and we can separate it, right? My whole thing is there's rules to the game, and certain people, if you were her friend, and now they trying to say they weren't really friends, but they were. You don't touch my friend. We're not friends. You know what I mean? I just don't like it. You know, that's
No, no,
just me.
no. I get it. I get it. Listen, it's a very controversial topic that we're exploring this season on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And listen, more to come. You'll see more Destiny talking about it. Like I said, what's to come is Destiny and Moses have a one-on-one, and then Destiny and Sunni have a one-on-one, and then more things are revealed.
Okay, well,
Okay?
maybe I'm missing something because I was missing a whole lot with Mia when she took care of that man, and we found out all that was going on with Mia, and I was like, Mia was wrong for having a boyfriend, and then we found out she was taking care of the man and all of this and that and the other thing, and he had some medical problem that she stayed with him because of that. So it might be something I'm missing, but right now, what y'all presenting to me, I don't like it. I think it's not good. I think that it's not. It's just not good business. It's just not good business. But it's excellent reality TV, and you a messy bitch for putting it on. That's what I think.
How do I get
Because it's you, and you probably wouldn't have casted a Destiny ass anyway had this shit not be going down, because this some sloppy shit. It really is.
blame me for following the reality? I didn't put these people together.
And I didn't put Sweet Tea with Dr. G, but when she came on, everybody blamed me for the bitch being there because I took a picture with her and told her that it would be good reality TV to see her and Quiet interact. It is what it is.
And I call you an icon for that.
It is what it is, but it's some messy shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who work we doing. I don't know if it's God's work, but we doing it. We praying
Hey,
through it.
we are doing the work of reality television, which is why I want to talk to you next about the scene between your favorite, Martell, Maurice, and Marceau. So Martell did a tell-all interview, and Marceau and Maurice drove to one of his properties and decided to confront this situation head on. What were your thoughts watching that scene before I get into the specifics of it?
You know, the interesting thing about Martell, and I know everybody think I'm finna go one way and go just ham on Martell, but there has to be a certain thought like this dude, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about Funky Dineva when he says, my dick hurt too. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this man has been emotionally, I ain't saying it wasn't self-inflicted. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying I'm totally on his side, but I could see why he feels the way that he feels about certain things. I can see both sides of it. Both of them were hurt. Both of them negative things came out. The problem with Martell is he always go too fucking far. You don't put out no tape and all. You know what I'm saying? As a man, Some shit you just gotta eat. And when we playing this game in reality TV, some shit you just gotta eat. I get how you feel, Martell. I get that you upset. You lost the best thing that could have ever happened to you, and you haven't met anything close to it as of late. I get it. Melody was all that. It's a tumultuous relationship and all that. But Martell, you took it too damn far with the sex tapes and all that. You took it to, and that's what he does. But I get that he's emotional, and they don't like that word. Men do not like that word. I'm not saying Martell is a bitch. He's a man's man, but he's not afraid to voice how he really feels. And a lot of men don't do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men don't do that. I'm not saying that's right or wrong or indifferent. I'm saying where Martell went wrong is he took it too far. This is the woman that's the mother of your children. There has to be some kind of respect there. There got to be. That you can't put her ass out there with a sex tape. You can't do that, Martell. But I get that you're hurting. I get that she wronged you in your eyes. I get it. And I'm not trying to dog him. I'm not. I'm saying I get it. But I think that Marcel them were right, dude. What are you expecting to accomplish by saying these things on social media? Now, I go in on social media because that's what I do. But black man, if you're going on social media, Simon, all that, if y'all got an ulterior motive for a plan, tell me what it is. Because I don't understand why you do it. Because it's not going to change my mind. It's not going to change the mind of anybody around us.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Simon because it does raise a question in terms of men having the outlet that we're seeing now when it pertains to doing interviews, social media posts, things of that nature, because you're a very old school woman yourself and you believe in the old-fashioned way of how men normally act when it comes to their emotions, right? Because listen, men are emotional, but we're taught not to showcase the emotion.
Y'all actually more emotional than we are. Y'all are.
No, and guess what? I agree with you. I'm going to tell you why. Because as little boys, we were told, shut up, don't cry, you a bitch. Other words, I'm not going to say we were called. If we show we were never taught as boys, especially black boys, to showcase our emotion. We were told to toughen up, to go outside and kick dirt, fight, right. do whatever you do, don't cry, don't show no emotion, you a bitch, and all of those things. So what I want to get to is the fact that you're right. Look, we're seeing these men, Martell, Simon, which is Portia's estranged husband, and other men who are handling their feelings in a very public way and doing things like you said that, okay, you're hurt and let's talk about your hurt, but why go to this degree? Like, why are you going to the degree of even threatening to release something that was intimate between the two of you, especially when you have daughters who look at their father as the apple of their eye, like
look
all
at their
daughters.
Mother. That's their mother.
I was just about to say that. You're their father. They look up to you. So the fact that you would do that to their mother, even threaten it, that's their mom. And little girls look at their mom as their mentor, as their best friend as well. So it's one of those things that I appreciated Marceau and Maurice really, because what I loved about that scene, Heavenly, was it's not every day you see black men having that conversation without it appearing, because let's have a real conversation. A lot of men pacify each other. They don't hold each other accountable. They're like, well, I feel you, bro. I love the fact that Marceau and Maurice was like, no, this was wrong. You need another outlet. That's not okay. Why are you doing this? And what was so interesting about that was they did all of that, and Martell said, I don't want to hear none of this.
Right. And y'all should have known better. But the interesting thing is they seem like they're real friends, because most men would not have done that if they didn't feel comfortable or close enough to Martell to say, hey, man, what you doing? Why you doing this? It's not going to change anything. I really like Marceau. I can't help it. I like Marceau. I think that his vibe, I like Maurice too, but his vibe is like, we know you a hoe. I mean, you know what I mean? We know, but he got a way of hoeing that's acceptable almost. You know what I'm
saying? Wait. Who's a hoe?
Oh, did I say that? I take that back. Cut that part, baby. Cut that part. I didn't mean to say that. But what I'm saying is he's respectful with his hold 'em. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not
Who is respectful when they hold him?
Marceau.
Marcel's a married man.
Right. Yes, he is.
Okay.
He is. Okay, he's respectful. My whole thing is he's not gonna go out of his way to do, and I don't see Marceau, even if Tisha left him doing that to her. I don't see him going out of his way to present a sex tape on Tisha. Like he don't seem like he would be that type. He's a smooth kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? And he's easy going. So you kind of got a respect for Marceau and Maurice that you don't have for Martell. But the problem is Martell don't give a damn. He just really don't give a damn. And he's great TV. He's good for the show. But the people gonna eat me up because they're gonna say he's abusive, where he's trying to bring. And why would you bring him back to a show like this and this and other? My whole thing is, what's the answer, Carlos?
The answer is what?
To why we bringing Martell back after doing all this stuff? I'm saying everybody has done stuff. What has Melanie done in all of this? What has she done? What has she said? What is going on?
In terms of how she's feeling about
Martell and all of this. She pressed charges, correct? Yes, and rightfully so.
She pressed charges. And look, you'll see this. She feels like when it comes to him, and this was in the first episode, and she talked about this on my podcast that you guys will see tomorrow. She talks about the fact that when all of this was going down, she felt that he left her with no choice but to do it. Because God forbid, he kept the promises to his threat, and she had to protect herself. She talks about how she flew in her makeup artist, Lauren, and she had to go and to the proper, places to administer this. And one of the things she did say, Heavenly, was they did ask her whether or not she wanted them to hire PI to find him. She knows where he stays. We could get him when he's at home. His schedule. And she said, I'm leaving in God's hands, because whatever happens is going to happen. And the first day of filming, Dr. Heavenly, he went to the courthouse for something to get documents or whatever. They looked it up and saw the warrant. And she had a conversation with her brother. And her brother said, the sad part is if he would have apologized to you, more than likely, you probably would have even dropped it. And she said, she doesn't know. Because she said she does have a heart. And at the end of the day, it is the father of her kids, but she had to protect herself. So I think when you think about her, it's complicated, because at the end of the day, you're protecting yourself, but you also think about these other variables. And that's why it was very hard for her to make that decision, but she had to make the best decision to protect herself. And I think that's why at the end of the day, you don't see them around each other, because the biggest thing for us is making sure that she feels safe. So
I agree with that 1,000%. I mean, if it was a cease and desist to stop him from doing what he threatened to do, and I think Melody knows him better than any of us, that he probably would have made good on that threat. That's what I think, and she did what she had to do, right? 100%. Like, if you say you're going to do something and I got to do this to prevent you from doing it, I'm going to do what I got to do to protect myself and my image for my children's sake. So I don't see anything that Mel did wrong. Now, the question to me for you is, you say that you keep her safe. You say they don't film together at all?
No. 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 They don't. And listen, at the end of the day, and you know this, when it comes to people who get cast for shows, that's ultimately the powers that be decision. But what I will say is, my biggest thing with her is making sure she feels safe, and we do our best with that, obviously. And listen, it's a tough situation, because I always go back to how the show started. And listen, and you interviewed the both of them when they were married.
Absolutely, I did. Mm-hmm.
And right, because you met them. I remember us talking. You said they are beautiful together. They look great together, and it's all just so sad to me. And I did not see this coming to this degree, right? To this degree, I didn't see this level to the point. And she talks about this season. You'll see it in terms of she just didn't think the man she had kids with would be this person, and it's very sad. And listen, we definitely move on from it in terms of the show, because we don't want to obviously harp on it, because it is a very sensitive situation, and the course is going to handle it the way the legal system handles it.
Well, I would say this. I do have respect for you and your network for keeping them separately, because most people would have pushed them to be together. So that's big that you keeping them separately, unless they agree. You know what I mean, to go in together, and that's up to them. But
Yeah, it's up to them.
You kept them separately, and
up
that's
until this point, it's been up to them up until this point. And when this happened, she and I had a conversation, and I made sure that they just weren't going to be in the same room this season.
Because a lot of times, people are either forced to film, or they're filming without their knowledge of filming with somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to y'all for doing it. That's
Thank
good.
you.
And a lot of times we don't know those things. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at it from the outside in, like, what the hell is going on? Why would y'all? But if you're keeping them separate and both of them get to tell their separate stories, that's what we want. We want to hear both sides. But the bigger story this season, to me, for right now, is the Sunni and Moses, correct?
I mean, it's one of the biggest stories we have, because it's you've never seen this happen. And when I got the phone call that my producer married Destiny's ex, I'm like, you're lying, because Heavenly, we've never seen this before, and it's wild. It's wild. It's just wild. The other thing we saw in this episode that was wild was Kiki back on this episode, where it was revealed, Dr. Heavenly, that she allegedly was speaking to a blogger, giving away things that happened in scenes before it aired, and even called out Melody, and felt like, again, paraphrasing, but was discussing her friendship with Melody, and said some bad things about Mel. I want to start back with, so Kiki is Tisha's cousin. You are a reality star that's been on Married to Medicine for 10 years.
9 years, but yeah, on the at the fight, yeah. So 10 years.
Yeah, so that's, I always count that, because you were at that scene. But that when it comes to the integrity of the show,
you don't do that.
Go ahead, girl.
Even when I'm reviewing the show as it airs, I'm trying not to go past the episode. So to blatantly give all the information to a blogger, that's unacceptable. I mean, I think she should be fired for whoever Kiki is. And I don't really know Kiki, but I think she tried to put it on her mother, correct? Which is a way to out. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe it was
Happy
her mama.
Mother's Day.
That's what I'm saying. I don't believe it was her mama, but that was her out, like my mama did it. You believe that? Carlos, if you believe that, I'll tell you another one.
Right.
I don't believe it. I believe that she did it. And I don't believe it's alleged, because they got the blogger. I saw somewhere where they got the blogger and he got recordings from her.
That's the thing. We're going to have a real conversation about this. Okay. I appreciated Stormy. I want to start with the Stormy scene first, and then I'll get to the Melody scene of it, right? What I appreciate about the Stormy scene first, Stormy obviously said to her, like, I have your back. I had your back. I tried helping you. Even when these people, i.e. your family, was talking smack about you, I defended you. And even I can sit up and say to you, I just don't believe you. And it's unfortunate, because I would rather you say, yo, I fucked up. It was wrong. My bad. How can I apologize and move forward with this? And I appreciated Stormy, who is her friend, for even saying, like, sis, you can't be blaming your mama.
Right.
It is giving dog in my homework. And the thing about Kiki has like 2 degrees. She is very smart. And even she said it on the episode, which I thought was like, is that shade? But she said, I'm the smartest person on this show. Like, let's be clear. But I thought that it goes to show you, Heavenly, you know this. A lot of bloggers, content creators, whatever you want to label them, they try to befriend reality stars. to get information out of you. And at the end of the day, some of them will use that against you when the time is right, show you do something they don't like. And I felt that Kiki, not to reference Anita Baker, but I felt like she got caught up in the rapture, right? She got caught up in the whole ideology of, I can trust you, you're my friend, I want to vent. And it's sort of like you have other cast members you can vent to, right?
But I can see how that can happen. For example, if you friends with somebody who wasn't a blogger and somebody who was around you all the time and you really considered them a friend. You know what I'm saying? Because I
But
know
that's
we
different to
all,
me.
huh?
But to me is this. I am not going to have conversations with somebody I met whose job is to report on the news of this reality world about scene work that didn't air. Now let's have real
I
conversation.
get it.
Pillow talking, me and the African,
Right.
yeah. But that's a safe space, right? To go to an outlet to do that was just unfortunate. But go ahead.
I was thinking, maybe it was some guy that was really, really one of her good friends who happened to be a blogger. But if she specifically went to an outlet and then was spilling all the tea to an outlet, no, we don't know him. But I'm saying, if, like you say, you're African or whatever, and he was a blogger too, and y'all fell out and he spilled all the tea, I could see how that could happen. But if you didn't know him, no, you shouldn't have said anything. And the thing about it is, a lot of times when we think we're smart, we don't realize that other people are smart through too, and we can see through your bullshit. Like, you think you're so smart, but really you're not that much smarter than everybody else, because I can see, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't even looked hard, you know what I'm saying, through your bullshit, right? So my whole thing is, like I say, the things I've done wrong things, you've done wrong things. Own your shit. Say, hey, you know what, I messed up, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't, and let the chips fall where they may. But, you can protect yourself by speaking up for yourself, but don't lie. Because if it's a blatant lie, then we lose respect for you. And then when you lie, you're a liar. So,
And it appeared that's where Melody was coming from, right? So in their one-on-one scene, Kiki came in to me looking very, intimidated, right? Because she knew that I'm caught by talking about you, and I have to confront the situation head on. And Melody pretty much said to her, I brought you on this show because you said you wanted to be on it, not as a friend, but as a main cast member. You wanted to be on this show. And all the things you said you wanted to use this show for, Melody said, I didn't see you do any of those things. Kiki said, well, I don't like confrontation. And then Mel said, well, you threw a drink at your cousin. Like, clearly you like confrontation because that's what you did. And she said to her, like, look, I just don't have time for people in my life who I just don't trust. My circle is getting smaller, and I'm going to keep it smaller. And I ain't got no time for this. And God bless you on your journey.
I'm feeling Melody 1,000% on everything she said. However, I do feel like Melody seems to be, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong, seems like the Mariah type that she throws in your face that you're like, we know Melody ain't going no damn where. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, yes, it may be some type of intimidation, because I remember way back when Letitia, they asked her, and she had an issue with, it seemed like the people are afraid of Melody. Like, almost like she could get you off this damn show. That's what it looks like to me. But now I don't know, neither here nor there. However, I'm with Melody. I'm a Scorpio. I don't like bitches, no way. You know what I'm saying? I hate hoes. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I love women. But I'm just saying that when you step out of line and you start lying and handling yourself and acting like, you know what I mean? Well, I really don't have no room to get you back in my sacred space. My circle of friends is very, 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 very small. You know what I mean? I love my man and my children. So I get it, Melody. Listen, if you ain't for me, you against me.
That's how you feel? If you ain't
I
for
feel
me,
like
you
that,
against
yes.
me.
But I do feel like Melody seems to me she has more pull, because she's very confident in the shit she be saying. Like, I don't need none of y'all hoes to be my friend. Like, to me, she's separate from everybody. Like, who does Melody go with? And look like she feel very comfortable on the show. Like, for example, I know Married to Medicine, you got to have some friends, somebody to film with, someone to Kiki with. You can't fall out with everybody. But look like to me, for Melody, that is not a problem. Like, I'm gonna call you out and I'm never gonna forgive your ass. And let me just forward back because I'm not going no damn where you might. But we'll get another whole look just like you to film with me tomorrow. That's what I'm getting. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
That's what I get. I'm just being honest.
No,
I love
you know,
Melody. Y'all know I love Melody.
No, we all love Melody. That's it. Melody doesn't have the power to fire people, right? So I want to answer that question.
She seemed like she ain't going nowhere though. I don't know if it's in her contract.
She's great. Listen, she's amazing at her job. She's a force multiplier. She's great.
I feel like even if she wasn't, and she is, I go on record saying she's great. Martell is great.
But it's a great cast. It's a great cast. I don't think.
But I think that Kiki could go. She great too.
Well, this is the thing, though. This is the thing. Let's have a real conversation. The thing was this. The Kiki thing not only disturbed Melody, it also disturbed production. Let's have a real conversation. To know that things that are happening on the show are being given to people, that's a no-no. That's it disrupts the integrity of the show. And the one thing about this show started out with 3 couples who had history. They had a 6-year friendship prior to the couples. The guys knew each other since college. But the couples had a 3 to 6 year friendship prior to the show even starting. So there's history there, right? Similarly to your show, there's a history there, some longer than others. And the thing with Mel and her friendships, you saw a lot of this happening. But one thing that we did see, and you'll see this in next week's episode, Heavenly, she and the girls found a way with each other to sort of come to amends and form this relationship that means differently for them than it did when they were in a very bad place, right? Similarly to, like, I'll just give an example. When you look at Married to Medicine, right, and you've seen the ups and downs of Quad and Toya. Will Quad and Toya be best friends? No. Will they be as tight as they were season 1? No. But I think what you will see is they respect each other. Like, when it comes to this show, we're both good at it. And I can respect you as a cast member, and we can have a level of friendship. Will we hang out outside the show on vacation? No. But we're able to get along for the show. And I think you're seeing that a lot when it comes to this cast.
I think you call it a truce. A truce.
Yeah, it's a truce.
Because it's people on the show that I love everybody, honestly. Believe it or not, I really do. But would I hang with certain people? Do I have a whole lot in common? No, I would. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way in hell I'd be with certain people. But that's the thing of the show. That's the show. Everybody got people they hang with per se. Now there are people on the show that are not a fit for this show. I mean, just plain and simple. And for me, I ain't gonna say that because I don't know that to be true. I need to look a little longer before I say that Kiki ain't a fit. But I need to look a little longer. But definitely, I love the friendship that Marceau and Maurice and Martell have. I love that relationship. It was real. They were giving him their honest advice. They automatically knew what Martell was gonna say. You know Martell. He's a narcissist. It's just textbook. But I love that. But Kimmy, no, I mean not Kimmy, Kiki. I'm 100% feeling Melody. Ain't no place for you in my life based on you talking about me, and you supposed to be my friend at that time.
Yeah, and I want to wrap things up by saying, so obviously Kiki is Tisha's cousin. Tisha does not want to be around Kiki at all. She threw a drink in her face, and she just felt like that was for Tisha. She felt like that was last straw. I'm good.
What did Melody do to Kiki? Am I missing something? Did she do something to Kiki to make her feel this way about Melody? What am I missing?
Well, that was the thing. Kiki, and I'm paraphrasing. Kiki just felt like Melody wasn't a good friend when the cast went to Houston on a cast trip last season. And what was so interesting is Melody said that Kiki missed her flight. Mm-hmm. And that Melody bought Kiki a ticket from Houston to Birmingham because there's no direct flight to Huntsville. and that they spoke for the entire duration of the plane. And even in Houston, Melody said to everybody, like, I didn't bring Kiki because Kiki was a surprise to Tisha. I didn't bring her. Another cast member named Nell did. They had a conversation, and Melody felt like that's between y'all. I don't want to get involved in it. So Kiki, for some reason, felt some kind of way. Melody's standpoint was, you missed your flight. I bought you a ticket to catch her flight. We sat next to each other on the plane, and Mel felt like, if you felt any way about me, about how you felt on this trip, why couldn't you, for the 2-hour flight that we had, why couldn't you say it to me then? And that was Melody's thing about that whole situation.
And Melody's absolutely right. That if you got a problem with me, woman to woman, but pretty much always, most times, a lot of times, women don't come to you straightforward. They come to you sideways. And I've been a victim of that too. If you got a problem with me, don't wait till the cameras come. You know what I'm saying? If we're friends, I don't know, but we're going to pray through it, and I hope that everything works out for everybody in the best way possible. I hope that they can get through to Martell and show him how it was wrong, what he did, but I do understand feelings, and everybody got him, and I do think that he's hurt a lot of people, which is not an excuse. I'm not taking up for Martell, but I'm just saying you can see all sides in everything we're doing, and Melody did what she needed to do. And as far as Sunni and Moses, I wish them the best. I hope that it lasts, but based on how it started, it's going to be hard for that to go right. It just is. You know what I'm saying? That's my thought.
Do you see a world where they can, and when I say they, Destiny and Sunni can get past this?
For me, and you know me, no. Know me, no. You could do a lot of things to me. You could do a lot, but fuck with my man and my money. We ain't good no more. You know what I'm saying? And I know the Destiny really, 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 really like Moses. But to me, and I don't know shit. I'm just speaking on my feelings on how I feel and the energy. I've never met Moses a day in my life. He might be a really great guy. He's beautiful or whatever he think he is. But I'm thinking like when men are like have a lot of women and they're womanizers and stuff like that, that don't just stop with a piece of paper. Usually, it just doesn't stop. The character is there before the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Unless we 17 and 22, which none of them are. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you got a whole lot of women, it's going to be really hard for you to be faithful to one woman. That's just it. You have to practice. Like we do in medicine and dentistry, practice on being faithful. And if you were a womanizer, up until you got married, it's going to be very difficult for you to change your path. That's just my thought. And I'm a relationship expert. And on that, I'm going to tell y'all, check out my live on Patreon with Candace Dillard. Listen, she let everything out. She talked about everything from the rooter to the tutor to her pregnancy, what happened, how it happened, and everything. Check it out on my Patreon. Now, the reason I go live on Patreon, because it ain't for everybody. Everybody not ready for the tea. We got get deep, dangerous, and we say our honest feelings. Now, we do have some trolls in there. We do have some trolls, but when we find out they some trolls, we put them out. But Patreon, we got some more people that are coming that are going to be excellent, and we can have real talk. Dodo, Carlos, great show, great second episode. I was really, really intrigued. I really was I couldn't move my eyes off it. I wanted to see what was going to happen next, and I'm very interested in seeing what happens next episode. So keep going, Carlos. You doing your thing. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. And yeah, it's a messy shit, but we want to see it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So guys, Love and Marriage Huntsville every Saturday, 8:00 7 Central on the Oprah Winfrey Network. If you miss an episode, go on the OWN app or on demand to catch up. And then my live podcast tour, we just wrapped DC yesterday. Heavenly, the Boopies love you. The Boopies. So I do a VIP meet and greet where I get to meet the Raindrops. They're like, I can't wait till tomorrow to watch you in Heavenly. And during my live show, Heavenly, I was talking to my Love and Marriage DC cast. Joy and Clifton says hi, by the way.
Oh, I love them.
They said hi. So I'm like, because y'all know what I'm about to do, right? I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to do what, like Heavenly said? And I'll put the mic to the audience. The entire audience erupted, and I'm going to take it back. I said, well, no, people love you. They love you.
I appreciate you, Carlos. I appreciate the opportunity for you to just even think of me do this with you because I think this is a big deal. And a lot of people look at it in different ways, but I think we helping each other. And I think that we're promoting our businesses, we're promoting our shows.
Yes.
And it's fun and it's funny. It's not supposed to be dark or dark. We're just giving our honest opinion and we having a good time doing it.
We are having a great time doing it. And me and Heavily got some more announcements for you guys later this summer that you're going to. So every Monday, keep watching us. But baby, you have yet to see what me and Heavily are going to bring y'all. Okay.
All right.
All right. So Smiles by Dr. Heavily. And y'all go support that. Married to Medicine, allegedly. Hey, Phaedra, is filming. We can't wait to see that. And I love you, my sister.
I love you too. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.